Hello and welcome to another Outside Inside Star Citizen. This time is gonna be a bit different because I'm working on a song for 1000 subscribers. Tell me if you like this format, because this is much easier for me than like drawing and animating the pictures that I use for most of the Outside Inside Star Citizens. So yeah, let me just I'm just gonna run the intro and yeah, let's talk about what we saw in the new Outside Inside Star Citizen.
Hello, my name is Grumpy.
There's a type of vehicle in Star Citizen.
Oh fuck it, let me play you the song. Give me a second. Let me play you a part. I'm just gonna play you a small part of it. It's a 1000 subscriber special songs. And here we go.
Hello, my name is
Grumpy. You know this part already. I know.
Straight out of Belgrade, crazy motherfucker named Grumpy Eye, from a poor country of Serbia.
And that's enough. You're gonna hear it soon. Trademark by CAG. Anyway, let me play in Star Citizen,
which is very unique and has the potential to really be a special, fast, visceral experience that just you can't get with a lot of other vehicles. And so the GravLev experience is going to really go a step up with this.
This is true. This is not entirely true, but this is somewhat true. Like, I love having GravLev in the game solely because of like Star Wars and those like GravLev vehicles. And I would love if these vehicles would act and like be responsive and fly or whatever, hover, like those do in Star Wars. So I don't know. Let's see what they did.
The current state of GravLev is a little rough. We have such a
That is an understatement.
wide variety of planets that the existing GravLev just doesn't cope particularly well in a lot of the common situations you might find on planets, and so we have it getting.
You mean like rocks and whatever the planets have, rough terrain? Okay, yeah.
Stuck on geometry and being flung into space and glitching into things and having all sorts of hilarious physics bugs.
Not so hilarious, more frustrating after a while. Yeah, hilarious at the start and frustrating after a while. That's why nobody fucking uses dragonflies or we mostly use dragonflies to like hijack the addresses and that's it.
That may be funny, but they don't really make the experience very fun or enjoyable.
Not funny. Oh,
so this
yeah.
quarter we finally got time to really dive into GravLev and really figure out what it's going to take to make it what we really want it to be.
This is the second or the third rendition of the GravLev. I'm not sure, because like I know that it was released in 3.0 and I think it was buggy as fuck and they like redid it in like 3.2 or like later, and then this is the third one, right? That is as far as I know.
One of the first things we focused on with GravLev is this new specialized suspension system, which is a little bit like a car, but it's doubly disconnected from the bike to make it really feel like it's hovering. The largest...
It works like every suspension system in any game. Okay, I mean, okay.
benefit we've gotten from this new suspension system is we can orient and move the bike.
Excuse me, what's up with the camera? Like the first camera was fucking fine. What's up with this camera here? Like we can't see the terrain
of the suspension in ways.
Also, there's no like rocks that he's going over.
Were never able to do before with the old GravLev.
Oh, there was like some rocks. Oh, okay, nice. But you could have done it before. Okay, they stopped it here? I actually wanted to see how it reacts to this rock here.
The next step is to use this new suspension system to implement a whole host of improvements to the stability of the bikes. So they're not going to bottom out, they're not going to bump into the ground, they're not going to crash off rocks and lose control, they're not going to go flying off into space, which really makes the whole experience much smoother, much less glitchy, much more reliable.
Okay. This looks nice. Give me a second. Yeah, okay, he didn't hit this rock here, that's fine. See this rock here? He didn't hit it. That's fine. Yeah, it seems to be much more reliable.
So once we've got this super stable suspension implemented, we can implement some improvements to the actual control of the bike. So the turn friction for making maneuvers is improved.
This looked really good.
And we can also implement things like better height control, and that will have differences in the handling of the bike that you can feel a lot more than you used to be able to.
Can we control the height now? Like actually control the height? That would be amazing.
And they've implemented is a thing called anti-fall, which effectively kicks in to arrest the bike's fall when you fall from a great height. So if you do big jumps off dunes on Daymar, the bike doesn't crash into the ground now. When you get back to the ground, it much more aggressively stops itself.
Wait.
And now, when you get back to the ground, it much more aggressively stops it.
It still flings you upwards a bit, which is okay. Like, but he just said that it's not gonna fling you into space
itself.
I mean, it didn't fling. Like, I never got like flinged into space with a dragonfly or with the Nox, but okay.
And prevents itself from crashing. Last but certainly not least, we have this amazing feature where if you power off the bike or you get off the bike, the suspension will intelligently sort of relax the bike down.
Amazing feature intelligently. Are you selling me a fucking iPad or iPhone? Like, it's a phone, but it has an eye before, so therefore it must be much better than the rest. Come on, like, this is... Okay, does it still stick to the fucking ceiling of the Valkyrie? Does it still stick to the fucking sides? Because it doesn't have an idea of its surroundings and like the gravity of the planet or wherever it's in. Like, seriously, let's talk about like serious fucking things. Like, does it still stick to the to the sides? Would it stick to the fucking crates over there? I don't know. We'll see in the next patch, I guess. I think Evocati already started, so I'm pretty sure that it did. So yeah, we'll see.
And similarly, when you get on the bike, it will softly ramp in the suspension so that the bike will sort of softly lift up and you're ready to go on your adventure.
Softly lift, and this looked like the previous animation. I mean previous, like the current one. Okay.
I'm hoping that the combination of all of these new features and improvements really make this a lot better, and it's been a personal hope of mine for quite some time that I've been able to do this rework, because GravLev just has such potential for such amazing moments, and I know when it's used, for example in the Daymar Rally, it
still flings you. But it's fine, I like it. If it can actually land and not fucking die to the ground, that's a big plus.
It's just such a cool sci-fi vehicle, and it's been my wish for quite some time that we can make that experience, you know, as good as it can get.
Alright.
These new GravLev improvements coming online in Alpha 3.16 aim to finally fulfill the unique promise inherent in vehicles like the Dragonfly, the Nox, the X1, and the upcoming...
The masters of marketing have done it again. Is it gonna be 3 GravLev vehicles? Is it gonna be just one, but he said it 3 times? Is it what is it gonna be? Is it gonna be another little shitty motorcycle, GravLev cycle? I don't fucking know. Or is it gonna be like a car? What is it gonna be? We don't know. Okay.
Coming up next, let's look at the return of the Jumptown Wars, also coming in Alpha 3.16.
When Jumptown 2 activates,
Nice.
there are now 3 drug labs where this event can happen. Jumptown, Raven's Roost, and Paradise Cove to create a
Where is Raven's Roost? Should be on Calliope, or however you pronounce that. On Microtech, right? And the third one is on. Oh fuck! The miners on Lyria are gonna get fucked by this. Oh my! Paradise Cove? Did he say
Raven's
Paradise Cove?
Roost and Paradise Cove to create.
Like most of the containium spawns around Paradise Cove. Oh shit! Okay, that's gonna be really bad for the miners. Sorry, miners.
A much more engaging, persistent universe. What is Jumptown 2.0? It's the event that we're putting out that is the officialization of a community event that happened a few years ago, where due to a bug, a location became immensely profitable that was also very conducive to player versus player combat. We are now,
And that's great because I'm a PvPer myself. But let's see what they did.
taking that concept and turning it into a much more developed mission that we are officially supporting. When
Okay.
Jumptown 2 activates, a mission will be distributed out to players. This mission comes in 2 varieties. One is the criminal side and one is the lawful side. If you
Okay.
are actively having a crime stat, you will see a notification popping up letting you know that Rudo has contacted you.
If you have a crime stat already, why though? Why not before? Like if you don't have a crime stat, but you get one if you get like scanned or something with the goods on you. I don't get it, but okay.
He wants to sell you some information on a really lucrative drug opportunity. The big thing here is that when you go and collect these for Rudo, you will take those drugs and sell them at Grimhex.
Let me see the money. 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 57,000? This is lucrative. 96 SEUs. No, 96 units. What? Okay. 57,000. Maybe that's enough. Oof. Okay. Alright.
For the
Wait, do you get money from the mission itself? No, there's no payment here. So you gotta sell it to get the money. Wow, okay. A single VHRT, like without dealing with the fucking hammerheads, you're gonna get more money than this. Incentive, am I right?
For the legal side of things, when you are confiscating that contraband,
Unless you can, if you can take more with, let's say, a caterpillar, and if you can actually earn more, that would be fucking amazing. That would be amazing.
you are going to be taking them back to the lower Earth orbit station for that security company and selling it to their admin office.
But with that said, well, on that note that I just said, is this gonna spawn, like, is this mission gonna spawn during, like, if the actual, like, server is empty? If the server is empty and you can actually get a caterpillar and there's nobody to stop you, you're gonna make a shitload of money. Okay. All right. 60 units for 36,000.
We have
That's the lawful side. Why even be on the lawful side then? Okay, that's some incentive for the pirates, I guess. That's fine.
Actually put in some new tech that makes it that while you are contracted for that security company, any police that pull you over will see that you have this contraband, but also that you have a temporary license for carrying it because you have been deputized. And so they will tell you to just go on your way.
Attention.
Okay,
Please come to an
that's cool.
immediate halt and hold for your vessel to be scanned.
I like this. This was smart thinking. Okay, good job. Aegis Vanguard Warden Oprah for the Winfrey /CAG. I don't know if that's funny or cringe.
All right. Everything checks out. Feel free to go.
Another is that we added the ability for the shops where you can sell these things to be modified during it, so that you won't be running out of inventory anytime soon during a fire sale like this. The general flow of the mission is as follows. You will see a notification popping up informing you that you have a mission available. When you accept that mission, you will receive 2 markers. One marker will be pointing you to a location where you can sell the drugs. The other marker will be pointing you to a drug lab where those drugs are being automatically produced every X amount of seconds. It's worth noting that you don't need to have a mission in order to interface with this event.
So basically, you can go there, get the drugs, sell them, and like without having a mission. So does that mean that I can take the lawful mission and get the drugs and then go to Grimhex and sell those drugs for more money? Did I get it right? Like, that would be obvious and logical, right? I don't know, we'll see.
It's just that these markers are the benefit of accepting the mission. During that time, everyone else on the server is also aware of this high-value location, and it is very likely that they will be landing and contesting you doing so.
Okay.
Since the original Jumptown, there have of course been a bunch of changes to the Persistent Universe sandbox. We have tanks, we have ballistas, we have ground vehicles galore. We also have a whole bunch more drop ships.
We have an A2. Like, an A2 is gonna drop 3 bombs and like everything in the vicinity is gonna be dead, and that's it. Like, no hammerheads, no tanks, no nothing is gonna fucking stop an A2. And you land there with the A2, you have a bunch of fucking gunners just defending it. You hop in, take your drugs, hop out, and you're gonna make money. Why would you even bother with being like in a little fighter or a freelancer or in a tank or in a ballista? Like, ballista is such a fucking useless thing. Like, you have 2 size 7 torpedoes, you have a bunch of like smaller missiles, but like, why? Like that, I don't get it. Like, if you have a ballista, at least those missiles should not be. You shouldn't be able to flare them off. You can just pop 2 flares and the missile is defeated, and that's it. Just get an A2 and do this mission, and that's it. Like, you don't even fucking need to get any other ships. Jesus.
And varieties of ways to assault these drug labs. And
what is he shooting with a hammerhead? Like, you can't shoot through the thing. Just for.
As a result of that, we wanted to do a bit of an update to the gameplay spaces that they provided.
Okay.
Jumptown 2 is set to release with 3.16.0. We're going to be running it on a schedule during winter break. We're really looking forward to seeing you all get to kill each other and steal a whole bunch of drugs during this, and we hope that you have a great time with this little callback to a great moment in Star Citizen history.
Wait. I just had a thought. Isn't like cargo gonna be physicalized in 3.17? So basically this patch, like 3.16, is the only patch where we can actually like do stuff with Jumptown 2, because otherwise, like in the next patch in 3.17, you will be able to you will not be you wouldn't be able to like do the mission because you will have to carry the crates, and those crates are gonna wait. I mean, you can use the multi-tool, but like, what? Like, they're I don't get it. Like, did they actually like think about this? Because like with like physicalized cargo is gonna be so fucking hard to do this mission. Like, you're obviously gonna have people like me, PvPers, they're just gonna camp there just so we can get some action, because like Arena Commander is as buggy as PU, so why not be in the PU, right? Because you have like more ships that you bought. But like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I have one more thing to show you after this. I didn't watch it, but I found it. Let me just play the video till the end.
So what did we learn this week?
Hey, Jared.
Well, we learned that there's a new and exciting second life for our GravLev vehicles on the way. That Jumptown will be joined by Raven's Roost and Paradise Cove for lucrative business opportunities.
Miners are so fucked, dude.
And exciting new PvP.
I mean, there's other spots to go on Lyria, but like Paradise Cove was like, for a few patches, it was the best spot for like Contanium
Encounters alike. And that if you want to learn more about the upcoming, you should follow along with this year's exciting Luminalia festivities. Yes, it's an exciting time for celebration and giving thanks, and we're going to do both with our community beginning today.
Okay, so it's gonna be Alien GravLev. Okay, whatever.
Check out the robertspaceindustriescom website for more details. I'm Jared Huckabee.
And give us some money if possible. So I found this. This is from 2017. Let's just watch this. I didn't watch this, but let's watch the segment about the GravLevs.
And we roll it based on that, so you know you can sort of lean into turns like you're on a bike. And then of course we have the collision avoidance, which will query if you're about to hit something and then try and elevate the bike over it. There's some limits to that. We also had the discussion recently of, do we want to at some point say, hey, you...
I mean, to me, it looks basically the same as like the new video. Maybe a bit slower though, but like...
You intentionally just drove into a wall. We're not going to try and stop you, because otherwise you'll get, you know, flung so high into the air that it may take a couple of minutes to get down to the ground again.
I gotta say, I like this HUD.
So at
on
some
the
point,
like, it's actually on the glass.
The collision avoidance system will say, this object is too much for us to bother. We'll just let you crash into it. And I think that's a reasonable compromise. It's really hard to decide at what point do we let the bike crash, because generally you don't want it to crash at all. It's irritating for the player if you're constantly crashing. But there's a point where you've just drove into a wall. It's your fault. And so we now allow that. Previously we didn't, which I think caused some of the issues of the bikes getting flung into the air.
A lot of games, when they do GravLev or hover bike type systems, they tend to use sort of a faked collision, or it's almost like a hidden wheel or some kind of a surface that's riding on the ground, but you don't see it. And so it very, very closely follows the terrain. But I've modeled this, to actually work from a
Wait, you're bashing on other people for you using that for GravLev, but you done the same fucking thing like 4 years later, dude. Yeah, let's reinvent the wheel, but like let's make it a triangle, because it shouldn't be a circle, because it's Star Citizen. We need to reinvent shit and make it worse, basically. Like, what?
Upward acceleration. So the closer you get, the more it can push.
This is the old video again.
Up, so it's more of a bounce, and you're never like, just following the terrain perfectly. You're always just kind of skimming over it. And so, like, if the ground comes up too quickly, you're gonna skid off it a little bit, it's not perfect. I always actually try to design the control systems for our vehicles as realistically as possible, so that I have imperfect information. and so I'm not cheating. So in the case of a GravLev vehicle, you have sensors that are able to detect your proximity to the
So basically, you are cheating now.
ground below you, and then also looking out ahead to kind of get a sense for
I didn't watch this. I did not expect this to happen.
what's coming. But it's not perfect, so there might be like a rock, that the sensors don't quite pick up on, and so if you're not careful, you're going to slam into that. So the player has the ability to kind of adjust your elevation a little bit to work along with the control system. So
I never made this to work.
if you think you're going to collide with a rock, you can kind of go up a little bit, and or if maybe you're going to bump your head on an outcropping or something, push down a little bit under it.
You may have noticed at the CitizenCon stream, when Glenn was flying the Nox around, he was being really, really careful. Because at the time, the GravLev bikes were quite unstable, and if you clipped a rock or you clipped some bit of geometry, it would suddenly flip into the air and spin and lose control. With the sort of vague goal of they don't feel really good and they lose control, I was tasked with figuring out why and trying to address some of those issues. And so we immediately, like John helping out, we went in and tried to take an overview of the whole system and figure out, what could be the problem.
I mean, yeah, because you half-assed that back then. I hope that this is gonna be better. Like when I say half-assed, like I'm not trying to bash on them, but like it was like if you don't treat it as like a different thing when it's on a surface and when it's in the space, it's gonna behave like it behaves up until now, basically. Because when it's on a surface, it needs to behave like a vehicle, like a land vehicle with like suspension, just like they did right now. Even though I'm still scared that it's gonna get stuck on the fucking on the ceilings and stuff like that. I mean, you saw it happen already. Like you guys play Star Citizen and you know what I'm talking about. But okay, this was very informative. I guess we're not gonna get any other ISCs, because like we're about to have another patch, and it's gonna be the patch that like didn't bring anything. Like at least 3.15 brought us the shitty medical gameplay that's not even fucking gameplay loop, but it's just called gameplay, which is like which completely broke the game for most players, and it brought looting with the new bullshit tier 0 inventory system. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. By the way, tell me if you liked this format. As I said, it's much easier for me to like do this like reaction kind of videos than to like animate and do all the things that I always did with the pictures that I drew myself. And yeah, if you like it, just tell me. If you don't like it, also tell me. Hit the like button, subscribe, everything. And yeah, a special thank you to my patrons. And if you want to become a patron, there's going to be a link down in the info section below. And yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you travel into space. And subscribe. Goodbye. Mwah. Love you. And yeah, tell me if you like this. So yeah, bye.